Hey everybody, welcome back. I believe we have sound today. So sorry about my last attempt here to do the recorded readings and then post them on my YouTube channel. I had a problem with my microphone, which I believe has been sorted. It's an internal microphone. So you're very welcome. Now I am a day late also, so it's not Monday the 23rd, it's Tuesday the 24th. So the reading will still be for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so how are we all doing? And you're all very welcome. My name is Siobhan Brady. I'm spiritual mentor, healer, channel for the divine energies, that is God. And I'm delighted to be here. I've had such a blast of a month. So I will be going live at some point on my personal page or my business page on Facebook, and I will be sharing more about my trip to Lourdes and coming back from there, and basically 24 hours later, maybe 36 hours later, heading for Glastonbury. So there's been a full big spiritual activity going on with me. And then on my return, then I turned 50 there at the weekend. So it's been a big month. So the energy that I'm kind of feeling at the moment, I'm not so sure whether it's collective for the reading or whether it's my own. But just before I came on, I am feeling an awful lot going on in my throat chakra. Okay, now I know that that would be partly for myself, but it's still ongoing for everybody that it's time to. And it's not always about speaking. It's also about realizing and honoring the truth of who you are. Okay, so the truth is always here, which is the throat chakra, but it's where we need to come to terms with stuff about ourselves, and that can be internal or external, or it can be to do with having to have a conversation. It can be do with having to write things down. It can be to do with standing up for yourself. I feel an awful lot of us, actually, because I'm kind of going through a bit of that personally as well. So I find that a lot of us are kind of having to face up to our truths and step into honoring ourselves in the way that we wouldn't maybe perhaps have done so previously. So it's about gaining strength and being true to yourself. So that can be having to speak up in situations, or having to show yourself or value yourself in ways that you wouldn't have done previously. Now I feel it kind of serious as well as I say that. Now I know that can be quite intense, but the energy and again, as I'm saying this, I know I've been through a huge, 2 big weeks really. Well, the whole month of September really to date has been huge for me. So I'm kind of wondering, is this my own energy? But normally I'm pretty much kind of collective when I come on to do this sort of stuff. So there's there's a new. Now, and I've said this before, okay, and I know I've said this before because as soon as I go to say it, I'm kind of going to them. You've made me aware of this before, and I have shared it here before. There's a new wave of energy coming onto the earth, okay? So I know that people, and perhaps that's because that's why I'm feeling this a little bit myself. I know that people are feeling, can I say, flat maybe, all right? So where are we going? What are we doing? What is our bloody purpose? And nearly everything that we're hearing, reading, seeing, you know, on the news, and not that I watch the news very often, but you know, I'd be on here on Facebook and stuff, and I'd see stuff. So there's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of stuff coming to the surface, okay, and it just feels like, oh my God, is anything going right? Is anything? You know, so that's obviously then having an effect on us. So whether it's us bringing that to the surface, or it's by it coming to the surface, it's bringing it up in us. It's all collective. So you can be sure that any of these things that are going on are going to affect us in some way. Okay, so just try and be more open to what wants to come at you, if that's the right way to put it, what you are being taught, and how we are being prepared for the next phase, okay, which is into the 2020s. And it's like this, it's like, guys, you know, we're talking about the dawn of the age, the new age. And I know that's been spoken about for maybe since God was a godsend, if you want to put it in that respect. But this is it now. And we are the ones who are here living to see this, right? Okay, and to be part of it, more importantly. So are we playing our part? Are we doing what we should be doing? And I don't know this beautiful girl's name, but when you see her up there and she's talking about the climate and the planet and everything that's happening, and you know, at 16 years of age, and she's bringing that to our awareness. And what are we doing? What part are we playing in saving the planet, or in even, you know, becoming more aware of what we should be doing, even for that matter? So perhaps this is why I am feeling this kind of a serious sense within myself, because I know I sat here this morning kind of going, Siobhan, what part are you playing? Are you doing anything here to save the earth or the planet? You know, I work with people, yes, and I try but am I actively doing anything for the planet that we all have to live in? So, you know, we can't live unless we have things put right in that way. So what do we need to be doing? Are we doing all the things that we need to be doing with recycling and plastics? And, you know, you can see now where there's, you know, and then this 5G that's trying to come in. So are we making a stand? Are we saying no to what we should be saying no to? And are we saying yes, or volunteering, or doing? Because I know I'm guilty of that. I'm not. Like, I am obviously doing my recycling and separating my rubbish and trying, you know, to be friendly in that way. But I'm still not doing, I'd say, a quarter of what I could be doing. So it's something that we need to ask ourselves, because, you know, it's all well and good working on ourselves on a personal level, but then we still have to live in this world. So are we looking after the house that we live in you know, in the sense of, are we looking after the space that we have to walk in and be in every day? And, you know, it's like we talk about clearing energy and all of that. Are we looking after the energy that's here? So guys, just, I know I sound serious, but it's just what's coming out of me, and I know I need to take a look at that for myself. So I'm not here preaching to anyone. I'm just here saying what's coming through, and the collective energy and all of that. We are being freed up now, so it is time to make a stand, and it is time to kind of really start to look at what we need to be looking at. So as I said, I'm a day late because I'm just getting myself back on track after my trips away and my birthday at the weekend. So we are in Monday and Tuesday. Okay, today being the Tuesday, but I will take the card for yesterday and today. So that's that. I thought I had two there. So now, brighter days ahead. Okay, so let's kind of, that, like, I probably will reflect on it again before I finish, but brighter days ahead now is what I'm hearing here. So we are moving into the Wednesday, Thursday energy. Okay, so I guess with everything that we're seeing, because I know for the last couple of days I've been seeing loads and loads about global warming, or you know, the climate change and what we're doing to the climate and the planet and all of that, and also about the 5G. So I think we're going to segregate that there, and then we move now into the, you know, what they're saying here to me is brighter days ahead. But I am feeling an awful lot in my head when I say this. Okay, so people are thinking. Okay, so, and it's great to think, and it's great to you know, to be going over things in your head, but don't stay there just thinking about stuff. We have to take action. And I was saying that a lot actually with my friends when we were away in Glastonbury. We were talking about the fact that, you know, we need to take action, and not in respect to, I wasn't speaking about what I'm speaking about to you, but it's like within ourselves, and to start doing what we need to be doing. So it's a whole thing. It's not just about the planet and all of that. It's just take action. So, you know, we're great ones for talking, and we're great ones for giving out, and, you know, we should, why is that happening, and this, that, and that. But when do we ever take the action to sort of make the changes? So that's what's coming in there, and I wish I could lift this energy, but this is the way it's staying. So, but brighter days do want to come in, but it's only, you know, due to the fact that we will start to take the action. And that one just slid off the top there, so we're going to go with that. So guys, you know, we're coming into them. Wow, and what a full moon we had there back in what date was it? I know I was in Lourdes for the full moon, and 13th of September, 13th into 14th, and amazing. I got amazing pictures, and I actually have Our Lady and the child actually came to me in the full moon. I have photographs of it. So, but what an amazing moon, and what an amazing energy that we're in. Okay, so now, we're on the nearly into the last week of September. So think about it, right? We're entering into autumn, and the equinox. We just had the equinox there as well. So with the balance of the light now, and the darker evenings are coming. So it's always a time for letting go and bringing in, but it's also a time for, and again, here I go, it's like reflecting, okay, and restocking, or not restocking, but stock taking, taking a stock take of your life, and thinking about, okay, what seeds have I planted, what am I bringing in now, what am I gathering from what I have grown throughout the year, within myself or my garden or whatever the case may be. What is it like that now I am bearing the fruit of, and how am I going to put this to good use over the winter months, or over the final months for this year, before I get ready then to spring myself into action in the next year. Because let me tell you, and I last year coming into 2019, I was being told to tell you all that anything that we didn't have kind of cleared up was going to amplify in 2019, and by God, it has. So any of the work that we haven't done. So 2020, lads, we've been given a good lot of run up to it now. 2020 is the year, and if you don't want to get left behind with regards to this kind of en masse, or this new energy propelling us forward, I would be saying to you to get going. So think about it, and it shouldn't be a scary thing. It should be just like, okay, what do I need to look at within myself? And that could be something quite small. It can be something maybe a little bit bigger than we need to be doing. And that's okay. So like, it's not that it's a scary thing. We're just dealing with our nonsense, or our crap, and just clearing, so that we can go into the next year a little bit lighter and brighter, and more than able to take on the energy that wants to come through us without having as much work still to do. Okay, so here's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I feel a glimmer of a of a laughter, and a bit of a happiness, or not so much happiness, but just a little bit lighter. But there is, and it's not, I want to say, I don't feel it so much that the energy is whacking us all out of it, like you would hear me talk, but I just feel this is the space that we're in collectively, that we're just reflecting, and we're thinking about, oh my God, there is huge energy out there, which we are becoming more accustomed to. And, obviously, as I said, with the 5D, not just the 5G that I mentioned earlier on, the 5D that is among us now. So it's still pulling, it's still bringing us back. It's still, the 3D bringing us back, the 5D wanting to propel us forward. So the best thing I can say to you there is to surrender. Oh, lovely. So Monday and Tuesday. So today, as I said, is Tuesday, the 24th. So this would have been for yesterday and today. So apologies that I'm only coming on, but I was resting up a bit yesterday, because it's been a big month. So blessings. Okay. Now, and as soon as I say that, though, I feel very emotional. Okay. So, and I'm swallowing. So what I want to say here to you all, and this is for me included, anything that's there that needs to come to the surface, let it up, okay? Because it may not appear to be a blessing right at this moment, okay? And this is probably why I'm feeling this serious kind of energy around, and this contemplative and reflective kind of an energy. But what they're saying here is that, look at these things. Why am I feeling this way? What is the blessing that all of this would indeed hold for me, and probably is trying to show me? But what happens is we get caught up in the the kind of like that, the heaviness of it, or the kind of trying to figure it out kind of thing. I'm a little bit there at the moment myself with stuff, because I've so much to process. It's just, I don't know where it's going to all start with me. So so just look for the blessings in everything. And again, you see this beautiful angel, she's showering us with these beautiful blessings from the heavens, or from the skies. So it's like, again, as I was saying there to you, about surrendering to it. And again, the word, like while I was in Lourdes especially, and it did continue into Glastonbury for me as well, what I was there to learn, apart from the fact I was there to obviously reflect upon my own life and learn and all that, but I was there to learn trust. And well, I'm not saying I don't trust or didn't trust before I went there, but I was there to learn another lesson in trust, if that would make sense. So, you know, it while we're doing these things and while we're living our daily lives and we're, you know, dealing with everything that we have to deal with on a daily basis, whether it be, you know, say for example, one of my children decided to skip school while I was away, so I had to deal with that, and these kind of things. You know, life is still throwing us things, but when you can still sit in the place of the fact that you are blessed and that there are many blessings coming, rather than focusing on the fact that yes, you know, something is throwing you a curveball, or not everybody in your life is aligned in the same way as you are, but they're still a blessing because they're there and they're teaching you something, whether it's in your eyes at that moment a good thing or a bad thing, it's still a blessing. So don't, you see, and I know only too well how this reflects with me as well, because our first reactions go, for God's sake, why is this happening? You know, so it's when we can go in there and allow ourselves to go in there and kind of go, okay, yes, I'm not particularly happy that this is happening. It's a pain in the, you know what, that it's happening. But hold on a minute. There's also a reason, and there is something that it's trying to show me. So when we can go to that place, so honor it in all aspects of what it is. Don't ignore it either, because that's not dealing with it. So today and yesterday, because we are in Tuesday. So yesterday and today, you may have been feeling a little bit heavy. You may have been feeling like, oh my God, there's no end to this, which does happen with us. You may have been feeling, okay, there's something there that I need to shift, that I need to work through, and I need to get rid of it, and blah, 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 blah. It can overpower you then. So, okay, so I'll allow you to have had that yesterday, but don't keep going with it again today. So let it go now. Okay, so just kind of go, okay, even if I don't fully understand it, I know there's a blessing there somewhere. And when we can surrender that and say, okay, I still don't feel great, but I know there's a reason. Well, that's when your blessing starts to come in, and it will start to show itself to you. So I presume the reason then that I felt a little bit of a change here by the weekend, I presume that this is going to continue into the midweek and coming in now to the Wednesday, Thursday. And my head is just, now we need, like this, there must be big energy around. I'm not always aware of what's happening. I know there are some planetary alignments at the moment that are, Saturn, I think, has gone back direct, and that is making us really, really see ourselves. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it would have been, say, we've come to the end of that now, what that has gone direct, but we're still in the shadow. So we will be seeing, we really need to speak and step into who we are. And I'm getting some pains here in my shoulders. So this would be, stop carrying all that you feel to be carrying, and stop second guessing yourself. Okay, so the shoulds or the should nots. And it's like God has been saying to me, for anybody who follows my God posts, he has been saying it's time to own who you are. It's time to step forward and just rise to the heights, is what I feel he said yesterday. Rise to the heights of who you are and stop carrying all these burdens, and just step into who you wish to be. Okay, so, and I'm getting quite cold when I say that. So there's definitely a sense of a higher power around us. Okay, now for those of us who talk to God and the angels and all of that, yes, they are here and they want to bring us higher. You see, so the presence and the energy has always been here, but it's that we are now rising higher and higher to meet that energy, rather than it having to come down and, dare I say it, dumb itself down slightly to be amongst us. Now we are rising to the heights of it. So we are more now in line and more in alignment with this higher energy. So this is what I feel God is saying to us. He wants to keep bringing us up. So why wouldn't you want to do that? I know there's fear with that because I've been there myself, but no more, because with God speaking through me now in the way that he does. Yes, I'm still physical. Yes, I'm still Siobhan, but with God speaking through me, I've just I'm just learning, because I haven't learned it all yet, but I'm just learning how to kind of go, okay. But I still go into my head, of course I do. But just surrender, surrender, surrender. I love the card. Wednesday, Thursday. And now I'm getting that feeling again with the head thing, but that's oftentimes with me. It's the fact that everything is ungrounded, okay? And that's kind of the feeling, because even there, as I do that, I can see my hands starting to shake a little bit. And when that happens as well, I'm coming out of my body. So that can be because of the energies that would be playing out. So I'm not so sure, to be honest, what the energies are at this moment. I know we're just coming through the equinox, so that's bound to be having a big impact on us. And so new beginnings. So again, it's like what I was saying there about God, and take what's yours. Be who you're meant to be. Step into the role of who you are and who God wants you to be, because it's time, and whether you talk to God or not, that doesn't matter. It's just about stepping into the heights of yourself, the level of you that you know you can be, and we're moving up all the time. So yes, I talk to God, and I will always talk about talking to God, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way that you have to be. You find what's right for you, but bring in your new beginnings, because they are there and they are coming. And I don't feel as excited as I should with this card, even though I smiled when I seen it, because sometimes when the new comes in, we're still, and again, it's this 5D, 3D, and I know I've spoken about this a little bit before. So we're still trying to find our feet. So oftentimes when we are moving from the 3D to the 5D, it's like, or from one level to the next, whatever way you want to look at it, we're in transition, and we feel like we're kind of stuck. So it can come across like we kind of feel like, oh God, don't know whether I'm here, whether I'm there, or sometimes it's kind of like, oh God, and I don't really know what it is, but I just feel blah. I just can't get motivated. So that's what I feel I've been feeling since the starting of the reading. So that's probably what's going on with a lot of us. Okay, so take your new beginning. It's yours. And it doesn't have to be the same as anybody else's. Now, I've noticed as well that people, I think, feel that they need to be the same as other people. Like, I mean, why would you think that? There is only one you on this earth. There was only ever one you created. So why would you not want to be that? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, surrender and release. Okay, so I have spoken about the trust. I have spoken about, the blessings and all of that. So this is, and I even used the word surrender before. I feel I pulled this card out of the deck, or before it fell, slid over my hand. So again, you're being told here, and I had to learn this too, because I would have been the greatest woman for trying to control things, but it was through my fear. It wasn't that I felt I was a control freak, but it was like, if things weren't happening the way that I felt they should be happening, I got very upset, and I'd be giving out and all of that. So I wasn't trusting. So again, there goes the trust word. But the surrendering is the same thing, because it's like when you're surrendering and giving yourself to God or your angels or the universe or whatever it is, you're saying to them, I trust you completely to look after me. So that's a big thing. It's one thing putting yourself into somebody's hands, say your partner or your, somebody, getting on an airplane. You're trusting the pilot completely, and you've never met him. You've never seen him. Well, you might have got a glimpse of him. So, this is like we surrender to things every day in our lives without realizing it. And the trust that we give to other people whom we've never met or seen, or maybe never likely to meet or see. Why can we not do the same for God and the angels? So the more you can surrender to the power that is above you and above all, the easier things will be. I'm not saying that you still won't have work to do, because we do. We all have work to do, and it's a pain in the it is a pain in the ass. There's no point in, like, it's not all flipping rainbows and unicorns. You have to call a spade, and some of it is very challenging. But it's about rising to those challenges and then letting go. You know, don't hold on to, you know, you see this lady here, and look at the beautiful divine presence that's with her, but she's still holding on here for dear life, even though everything's trying to get out the sides and everything, but she's still holding it. So, you know, it's like I do say to people, you know, people say, well, how do I let go? How do I do that? And it's just as simple as, you know, I have this box in my hand, I'm letting it go. Boom, it's up here, we have the problem. So here's where we need to do the work. So over the weekend, or from the time you read this or see this reading, just think about what you want to let go of, okay? And I presume the new moon is coming in soon now. So new moon, new beginning, all of that. And there goes my head again. So the headspace is very full with people. And it's about bridging that gap from the head to the heart, because I can feel it there in my heart, in my physical heart, not just my chakra. So it's about bridging that gap, taking just a little, you know, falling down, dropping into the heart, and kind of going, okay, I let go. I let go, I let go. So here we go. So for the week ahead, so we have Monday, Tuesday, blessings. Okay, so today being Tuesday, because I'm a day late, better late than ever. So the blessings, okay. But as I said, I'm not, these two cards, even though they're brilliant cards, I know that there's a lot of thinking being done and all of that. So I'm not jumping up and down in the way that I would love to be jumping up and down, especially with two brilliant cards like that. But it's about seeing the blessings of everything that you're going through at the moment, okay? Because there is a lot of collective thoughts and stuff like that, and clearing going on, okay? And then the new beginnings also is about, you know, stepping in there and accepting them and taking them, because it's like moving forward, not staying where you are, all of that. So, you know, everything is there, but it's up to you to want to take it and go for it, you know. So you can't have your new beginnings unless you go for them. And then surrender and release, as I said, there is about the the letting go, but the trust and trusting in the higher realms. So that is your reading for this week. And again, apologies for the last time. Oh, and I'm so annoyed. The brilliant reading I had, and there was something wrong with the microphone, which I didn't realize till afterwards when I had posted it on YouTube. So we're back, and I will be going live at some point. I can't say it'll be this week because I still need to kind of take some time for myself. So this is this week's reading, and I will see you all next week, and God bless until then, and thank you so much. Bye bye.